another cutting board. I am making my vegetable soup, y'all. And I'm making it as I do this video. It's 6:45 here in Alabama. I'm a little late starting vegetable soup because it takes a minute for everything to cook when it's fresh. But it's okay. We kind of had a big lunch after church today. And actually I'm still kind of full from that, but vegetable soup has been sounding really, really good for the past several days, and that's what I'm making right now. I got all my little Roma tomatoes that I've been saving up right here, right there. I've already boiled them, and then I'm going to add them to the pot here in just a minute. I've already put the peas in, black-eyed peas, purple whole peas, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to cut some onion up, a whole onion, and throw that in. Any vegetable I can think of, it's going in. And I've never added squash or zucchini to vegetable soup, but because I have it in abundance, I'm adding squash and zucchini to my vegetable soup. So yeah, and vegetable soup has to have onion in it. A lot of onion, a lot of tomato, and a lot of garlic. So, let's see if we can do this. Yeah. There you go. And the only thing that's going in this that didn't come out of, I don't know why this is cutting in and out. It usually doesn't do that. But yeah, I am having vegetable soup, and it's probably still close to 90 degrees out there. And I'm going to make enough, so hopefully this will be our supper for tomorrow night. Yeah. The bad thing about it is I'm out of cornmeal, or at least I think I'm out of cornmeal. I'm going to have to double check my cabinet, and you know, vegetable soup is just not good unless you got cornbread. And I'm not sure. I think I may be out of cornmeal. But if worse comes to worse, the next best thing, so far as I'm concerned, is grilled cheese to go with vegetable soup. So how has everybody's weekend been? Mine, I'm 8 down. So far as the kids getting married, 8 down and 4 to go. Another wedding on the books as of last night. So we are glad to have that done and over with. And it was beautiful, like they've all been. But this one was, I don't know, just especially relaxing. Enjoyable. I mean, I don't know. Not necessarily, but it was all good. Okay, it was just good. So, okay, like I said, vegetable soup in the summertime will always remind me of my grandmother. Always. Because there was not a summer that went by that she did not make vegetable soup. Of course, she canned it too. She canned a lot of vegetable soup, and man, was it good in the wintertime. But, you know, when you have it, and it is fresh vegetables right out of the garden, and nothing like it. Nothing like it. I'm about to starve myself talking about it right now. So, get my veggies in there. And I'm having to snap the beans as I put them in. Yeah, I've got them already in the freezer, but these are the last of some that needed to be, that I haven't done anything with. And it's hot. And I'm keeping all my little scraps and whatnot to go in the compost pile that I've started. So maybe I'll have something to use for the next garden, I guess. Linda, are you in Texas? I can't remember. And that's another thing. You know, I just wanted to get the grandbaby here, and then I wanted to get the wedding behind me. And then after I did that, then I hopefully here very soon, I'm going to get my map, my big United States map, and find out where all my viewers are from and put the little pin on the state. California. Okay. Not too far off. Not too far off. Okay. And a lot of people like ground beef in their vegetable soup. I don't know. I just like the vegetables, just thick, just a thick old pot of vegetable soup. And I don't even have to have the meat in it. You know, I'm just gonna be sitting here working on the vegetable soup while I've got YouTube up and running, so it may be kind of boring. But this is what I'm doing. Okay. And I was trying to wait for, this is the last of the potatoes that I picked probably, what was it, 2 weeks ago, and they have eyes. So I was trying to wait for the eyes to get a little bit bigger before I used them. But I do remember I planted some that had eyes on them about like that. This second planting, and they're already coming up. So that will produce more potatoes right there. Would you believe? Would you believe that? So yeah, I've got a couple of potatoes that I'm gonna use the rest of the potatoes in here too. Come on, there's got to be more green beans in here. Okay. I was hoping some of the other subscribers would join on that usually miss tonight. Or that usually misses when I'm doing a live. I need to get my daughter in here. Help me snap some of these beans and get this done faster. I'm working on it for 10 minutes now. Now, like I said, when my grandparents were living and they had a garden, everything but the kitchen sink went into that big old pot of vegetable soup. And I'm going to throw some okra in. Oh, can y'all see this? Yeah, there you go. And, you know, I mentioned this the other day on one of the other videos. I really don't do politics. And it was after the wedding that I heard about what had happened yesterday. And I bet y'all know what I'm talking about. If it's not one thing, it's something else. And I know I'm going all over the place, but one thing I do love about red potatoes, you don't have to peel them. And I'll show you, I'm gonna go ahead and show you now because I'm gonna go get my potatoes thrown in. And if you have never planted potatoes, I so encourage you to do it. That I said that was one of the most rewarding things, because we do eat a lot of potatoes. That was one of the most rewarding things that came out of the that has come out of my garden. That little bitty piece right there. This little potatoes are probably only about the size of a big marble, but that right there, y'all, will make more potatoes. So I'm going to cut that eye off, and I'm gonna put all my eyes aside, and then hopefully tomorrow sometime I'm gonna go out there and put them back in the dirt, because it takes 2 months. So this is July, about the middle of July, middle of August, middle of September, and usually we don't have a freeze here in Alabama until very late September, and that's rare. And about the middle of October. So I think I'm safe to see. I'm gonna say that right there. And we will take it outside tomorrow with the rest of them, plant them. And there's another little eye. Yep, I think I'll save that one too. I better get that back out of there. I think that had something in the bottom to come. Just, I don't know. Put that right there. Okay. And because this is going to be cooking a while, I'm only going to quarter like that, because I don't want it to cook down to a mush. I want to save that one. We'll think about you. I don't see any eyes on. Well, yeah. That kind of looks like an eye right there. So I'm going to cut that off and save that one. See? And that one's doing really good. So, who'd ever know? And they say you don't have to cut off hardly any, you know, just as long as you have the eye. That's all it matters. And sometimes I will also put rice and macaroni noodles in it. I'll probably put rice in this. I prefer macaroni noodles, but I don't have any cooked right now, and I don't want to start another eye here, heating up the kitchen more. Where are you going with that? there. Oh, need some more green beans. I don't, the father of the bride last night made pimento cheese as a side. Oh, y'all, he told me how to make it, and I am going to, Lord willing, I'm going to make that sometime here in the near future. It was absolutely delicious. It was so good. Okay, did I just turn the stove off? No, I did not. Oh, okay. He said it was simple. He said, mayonnaise, the sharpest cheese you can get, pepper, garlic powder, and pimentos. And he said, you know, don't go sparingly on the mayonnaise. Oh my gosh, it was good. It was so good. I love cheese anyway. Here's me another eye. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so far I'm going to have, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 potato plants. Oops, that's a bad one. Or it's got a bad spot on it. No. The messy part's going to come when I add these tomatoes. I will not do tomatoes again. Not for my garden. Hello, Ann. Glad you could join. I was wondering if we were going to catch you. Or you were going to catch us. No, I will not do tomatoes again. I'm just not good at growing tomatoes. Squash, zucchini, black-eyed peas, yes, I got that down. That's easy. But the tomatoes, kudos to the rest of the people that know how to grow them, because obviously I'm not doing something right. Yes, it was a lovely wedding. It was a very, and I might have had loaded more, but there was music playing in the background, and I don't want to take a chance of getting like a restricted copyright or something like that. So I couldn't add more than what I did because of that reason. So far as some videos of it anyways. There's a good starting one right there. And have you ever grown potatoes? Look, there's another one. There's another one. And who knows if it's light enough by the time I get done with making the soup, I may go out there and stick some in the planters. They don't take much room to grow. You know, they gotta have at least a foot because it's a long root. They do grow. Well, hello there. Cut your finger off. They do grow in the ground. Now, next thing I gotta do is get these. I'm gonna wait on the squash and zucchini because that doesn't take long to cook. And I don't want it to go just mushy. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the rest of the okra and throw that in. And then I'm gonna get the tomatoes in here. And before I started this, I already dropped them in a thing of hot water so I could go back and get the skins off. I don't mind the skins myself. I mean, I can pick around them, but somebody else might complain about them. Okay. Now, oh, you know what? Safer idea. I don't want to get scalded. Just gonna squeeze them out in this, and then pour them into the boiling pot. I know. I don't know how other people do it. They just, I don't know. I guess you could say they're just not my cup of tea so far as growing them. And you see everybody else having lovely tomato plants and all that. Ooh, these are still hot. Ooh. Oh well. Dadgummit, there's got to be an easier way to do this. There's got to be an easier way. Okay. Ones right on top aren't so bad. It's like, what's it? Not so bad. And they say Roma tomatoes, that one was hot. They say Roma tomatoes are, I don't know. I wish Arlene was on here. She's Italian and she may know more. She may have the answer to this one, but I do know that some of my Italian friends, that's about the only kind of tomato they will buy are the Roma tomatoes. Do they cook down better? Do they make a better sauce? I don't know. So being that my hubby is Italian, I figured, well, we'll just grow Italian tomatoes. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know. I'm more like beefsteak and Better Boy. You know, those real acidy tomatoes that you can have a really good tomato sandwich. Oh, and by the way, met a lovely girl at the wedding last night. And she's from England. I think she said, hey Janine, I think she said she is from Bath or around that area. So, said she's been here 21 years. Of course, met her hubby in the military, and that's how she ended up here. Very sweet girl, and young looking. Oh my gosh, she had a daughter standing right beside her, and I'm thinking her daughter is probably what, 13, 14? And I got to talking to her daughter, and I said, how old are you? And she says, 20. And I'm like, ain't no way you 20. No way. I said, your mom doesn't look like she's hardly over 25. So, with that being said, this girl, I want to say her name was Emily. That one's too hot. She had to have been close to 40. But goodness gracious, she looked good. I really thought she was in her, some in her 20s, still in her 20s. And then when her daughter told me she was 20, I'm like, honey, you've had a good life. Yeah. Okay, I gotta hurry. I'm getting hungry. And if I don't hurry up and finish the soup, I'm gonna be hangry. Other way. Well, tomatoes are coming out good. Get to the bottom of it, and they're still hot. Good gracious! Whoa! Dad, blame, that's hot. So now I'm just going to take the knife in here. That's not all of them, but I want it to go ahead and get these tomatoes in there cooking, so I can have some of that good tomato taste to it. Ooh, that looks good. And they smell good. Let me see them. Let me see them. There we go. Here's my spoon. Where is my spoon? Now let's just grab another spoon. This one. Stir it around. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. I don't know. Okay, now finish the tomatoes. Oops. This is really nice. When you're making a meal and it practically all comes out of the garden, not out of the cabinet. Vegetable soup. Let's see here. Skin come off that one. Yep. Okay. How long have I been on here? About 28 minutes, and this is how far I've gotten to. Let's put those up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and stir in some pepper to this. I already added the salt, and I don't want to get it too salty. Okay. So that's what she's looking like right now. We got tomatoes, potatoes, green beans, onion, celery, okra, and let's see how they look, and if they still look good enough, I'm gonna put the corn in there. I don't know. There's only a few. I don't know where he got it from. I'm lazy. I have to sit to cook. I made it just in time for supper. Yeah, Cynthia, I'm making homemade vegetable soup. Okay, I should get a bigger bowl to put my stuff for the compost pile in. Okay, well, I hope this corn's good. Oops, let's get that out of there. I love really tomatoey vegetable soup. I hope I can have this done in the next 15 minutes. We shall see. Stay there. Okay, that's what it was. It said reconnect. Okay. So this is okay. This will be okay just to go ahead and put a little corn in there. So I'm just gonna cut it off the cob. And sorry, y'all. It keeps in and going out. And I see my husband out there on their phone right now, and I know my daughter, wherever she's at, she's on hers. So, and it seems like when everybody is on their phone at the same time, this happens. Okay, so there's some corn. It is not that much, and I may go ahead and do another little heater. Yeah, well, I let it go to waste because it looks like it's about on its way out. Let's see here. I should save these shucks for the compost pile too. Yeah, that didn't look too good. I should have saved that too. Oh well, finally I caught alive. Hey there, Marvita. 32 minutes? Yep, 32 minutes and counting. I'm making homemade vegetable soup. And I started just from the get-go. And we're getting close to being done. If I can. Have y'all had any rain, Marvita? We need rain terribly. Still. Very badly. We need rain. Ooh, the bug. Okay. You don't want bugs in our food. And I'm pretty sure that came out of the corn. We had a sprinkle coming back home from church/lunch. And pulled in our driveway and there was no more. We badly, badly need rain. Crazy thing is, people around us are getting it, and we're not getting it up here on this mountain. It's just blowing over us. But that's okay. That's okay. God's in control of that too. He wants us to have rain, we'll have rain. Maybe he's just wanting us to continue to ask him for rain. We have had non-stop rain. Yeah, we do. 91, Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. I don't know. Let's check out this last little ear corn here. And waste not, want not, right? Claridae. Well, that sounds like a unique name. Where are you from, Clara? Where are you viewing in from? Because I think most of the way she's in England. Hello. Okay, it's time to stand. It's time to stand. It doesn't look very, very good, but you know, it's going in soup. Corn is probably one of my least favorite things in soup. But I know other people like it, so I put it in. And I think it needs some more spice. Hey, Marion. Glad you got on here. I am making vegetable soup. And we're almost done with it. I need a bay leaf. That's another thing I need to put on my... Let's see if I can put... Oh, maybe if it won't. Okay, let's see. How about that? That's better. That's better now. Does that squint to read it? But yeah. And I'm still gonna put some zucchini and squash in here. Look at that. They're not looking good. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know y'all are probably gonna think I'm crazy when I do this right here, but we save our Taco Bell packs. Well, my son does. I don't eat at Taco Bell. I probably have not eaten at Taco Bell in like 2 years. For all kinds of reasons, but my kids still eat at Taco Bell, and because we have tacos here and they bring their Taco Bell sauce, I save it. And this is going to be crazy, but I'm going to put some Taco Bell sauce in here. Yeah, just a couple of packs, just to give it a little, I don't know. I will say, I think the Taco Bell sauce from Taco Bell is probably about the only thing I would consume from Taco Bell. Just saying. Now, I don't want it to taste like chili, so I'm only putting like 4 of these little packs in here. It just kind of gives it a little. I got this at the, what do you call it, place the other day. I hadn't even tried it yet. Have y'all ever heard of this? Rub and seasoning. I don't know if I want to put this in my soup or not, but it smells pretty darn good, though. You know what? I'm going to try it. Just a little bit, not much, because again, I don't want to have taco tasting vegetable soup.
We cleaned up the aluminum.
Maybe Sarah? What are you looking for? Lemon pepper, that's what I was looking for. I do like a lot of lemon pepper, and that's a lot. That's probably a tablespoon. I'm gonna have to turn that booger down. That's just bubbling out. Okay. Now, I'm gonna get me a couple of pieces of squash and throw in there. And anything else I want to put in it. Potato, celery, onion, okra, and peas. Yeah. Yeah. I like the more the merrier. Y'all, we ate at that Italian restaurant again today after church. I'll still give it 5 stars. It was absolutely delicious. I think Ron got chicken marsala. I got ziti meat sauce. My son got the eggplant, and his girlfriend got the lasagna. It was all very, very, very good. And when you can go out to eat, now of course it wasn't lunch prices. Today was not lunch prices. It was just regular. But Monday through Friday during lunch hours, 2 people can go there and eat for $20. Which includes a meal, salad, and bread. And your drink too, if I'm not mistaken. It is delicious. Italian food is my favorite. My favorite. I told Ron, I said I would love to come work here just to find out how they cook. Just to find out how they do it. No measuring, just throw it in. That's the best way. That's the best way. You know, I'll try to teach all my daughters how to cook, and they're all, for the most part, they all cook pretty good. Just throw it in. Now, that's probably going to take about 10-15 minutes for that squash to cook in there. I don't think I'm going to put any more than that. You know what? I got one more little piece of okra that needs to go in, and yeah, I think I'll put these other 2 little pieces of squash in there. And I said I was going to put zucchini, but I think I'm just going to skip zucchini right now. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I know what I'm forgetting. I said I usually put macaroni noodles or rice. And I haven't done that yet. The weather I'm having there is the same here in Pennsylvania. Yeah. Hot everywhere. I'm not going to complain about it. My favorite time of year is the fall. I think that is one of the most beautiful times of the year. That's what I think. I love sweaters. I love wearing sweaters and everything that goes along with fall. I love the fireplaces and all that. But I'm at that age now, and Arlene on Facebook today kind of like nailed it. She said, I cannot deal with the heat anymore. It makes me sick, and it does me too. Well, either extreme, but the heat to me is worse than the cold. I can't deal with either extreme. Freezing cold temperatures make me feel weird, and extreme heat makes me feel weird. But the heat bothers me more than the cold does. So. Alright. And the rest of the stuff, go back out to the compost pile. Okay. I don't think I'll get out there to plant the little potatoes. Lord willing, sometime tomorrow, right there, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potato plants, if they all come up. Okay, give this one last stir. Of course, I am going to have to taste it because I don't like bland soup. It's got to have some seasoning in it. It's boiling hot. It's going to take a second. You do have your potatoes planted? That's good. That's good. I wish I had some sweet potatoes to do, but I don't. Oh, it's got good taste. It needs salt. It needs salt. I try not to add too much salt because a lot of people, but it's gotta have some salt in there. I think that should have been enough, and I'll just leave it to anybody else that sits down to salt. Add more salt if they want to. You know, the rule of thumb for young cooks is you can put in, but you can't take out. So you gotta be careful when using that salt or any spice as far as that, because once it's in, it's in. And there were a few meals back in my earlier cooking days that I overdid it. I hate that I don't have any cornmeal, or I will be making cornbread. I'm gonna check my cabinet one more time. Can't find the like button on my phone. Okay. I couldn't even tell you, Ann. Can't tell you. Oh yeah, that's good enough. And y'all, there is no sugar in this, none whatsoever. But those tomatoes must be terribly, really sweet because it tastes like I put sugar in this. Not much, it's just got that sweet taste to it. But just a little bit, just a little bit there. I'm gonna see if I got some cornmeal. What do we have here? Is this cornmeal? Cornmeal. Nope, not cornmeal. This is flour. And I am not even gonna try to get up there. I don't know why this is up there. It's not supposed to be up there. This is another thing that I got from the Treasure Place. And I may add a... this stuff smells so good too. I'm gonna add that right there. Add a little bit, not much, just a little bit. And this doesn't have salt in it. It just has seasonings. The 3 white dots. And y'all, I'm probably not going to be on here much longer, but I do want to say this before I jump off. Y'all, please, we got to remember each other in prayers. You know, I don't know if anybody was on here a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks by now, and Rob Parr came on, and I have not heard from her, comments, seen her on here in a while, and she told me that y'all saw it, that she's been having to take care of her mama. And I think her mom is already in hospice. So she's having a hard time. And then my other very dear friend, Yvonne, right now, is still dealing with her mom. And I think she's out in the hospital right now with her mom. So please keep each other in prayers, and especially for those who are having to deal with taking care of their loved ones right now, because y'all, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I know it's difficult. It's difficult. So, on the phone, right, Becky? Will you see a phone? I don't see anything right now. Prayers, yes, and Cynthia, you know too. Is there anything else? Anything else? I'm trying to think if there's something else I want to tell you all about or say, but I've been on here 51 minutes, and if I haven't thought of it by now, I'm probably not going to think of it. But the soup is probably pretty much done. I like thick soup, so I'm not going to add any water or anything to this. And I'll check the texture of the squash. Yeah, the fork's going through it, but it still could probably sit in there another 10 minutes. So that will put me at a quarter till 8 having supper. So I'm just gonna put a lid on it, put it on simmer, and let it sit here for the next 10 minutes, and I think I will be done. By my lid.